Start recording, stop recording button.
Hi everyone on YouTube, this is Hope. I am going to do a video on my Apple Watch SE. I've had this for a while now, but I wasn't sure how to go about doing the video, but I'm just going to do the best I can. And so I have the 40 millimeter of the Apple Watch SE. It's a square type face, like a square type watch, not round like normal watches are. It has voiceover, and I thought I would tell you guys, with the SE 40 millimeter, you can actually use the 38 millimeter watch bands, because I used to have a Apple Watch 1 38 millimeter. And so I tried out one day to use, when I got my Apple Watch SE, I tried out one day if I could use my favorite band that was on my Apple Watch 1. And guess what? I can. And I think the watch band that I like from my Apple Watch 1 that's on my SE now, 40 millimeter, is gray, if I'm remembering right. I hope I'm right. So there is different voiceover, there is different settings for people with disabilities. It's kind of sort of maybe set up in the same, or maybe a little bit different layout as your phone, Apple phone. So there's a round button here, which is called the crown, and there's this rectangular button here. Now, if I wanted to check what time it was,
8:08 p.m. and 52
I press the crown,
Thursday, July 29th.
and sometimes I have to press it twice, because sometimes for some reason it goes to home and says settings. So then I have to press it twice, and then it will say watch face, and then it will say the time, the date. Now, when you swipe on your watch,
8:09 p.m. and 16 seconds, Thursday, July 29th.
it also says the seconds too, which I've never heard a watch do until I got my Apple Watch. So if you
9 p.m. and customize watch face.
swipe on your watch face, let's see, I have it on my left wrist. So if I swipe left,
Enable auto speak.
there's a thing called enable auto speak, which enables it to speak more than one thing. Like, it can tell me the time and the day and the date, one right after the other.
8:10 p.m. and 2 seconds.
And
8:10 p.m. Customize watch face.
there's another part that says customize watch face, which customizing the watch face is showing like what you want your watch face to tell you, like the day, the date, the time, the weather. Those are some, and then that it can say, and there's other ones too, where you can have your heart rate, or you can have it, your workout, like if you're, like your movement and stuff like that. Like I have on mine movement and the date, the time, and the day is what I have on mine, and the weather. So if you, and this, now if you want to power the watch off for some reason, if you need to, you would press the rectangular button to power it off. And one thing I want to let you know about the voiceover on the watch is that you can actually use the Siri voice. But, however, I want you to also know that when you switch the Siri voice on your phone, it's going to switch it on your watch too. A while back, I'd had trouble with the Siri voice when I did one of the updates, where the Siri voice didn't sound, it sounded more robotic because it was the Samantha voice, and for some reason the Siri voice wouldn't work. But they got that fixed now, so now I can use the Siri voice. So on your watch,
8:11 p.m.
you
and
can
59 seconds.
see.
Owatonna, 73. Home. Settings.
There's settings,
Heart rate.
music,
App Store.
Memoji,
Insight timer.
sleep cycle,
Podcasts.
podcasts, news, camera, radio. And one thing about listening to radio and music is you have to wear headsets. I've never been able to listen to music on it without having headsets.
Now playing.
And there's a now playing screen. Messenger.
Now rate,
Let's
camera,
see.
news, sleep, insight, mode, app store, music, heart rate, set, pacer.
There you can Pacer is an app you can download.
Shortcuts.
There's shortcuts. Remote. I don't know what that does. I've never used that. Messages. Activity. Photos. Compass. Steps is another app. Timer. Stopwatch. Clock. World clock. And your alarm clock. And sleep.
Reminders.
And a reminder app. Mail. Workout. Breathe. Maps. Find people. Voice memos. Phone. Calendar. Weather. Calculator. Cycle tracking. Home. Walkie-talkie is an app on here too that you can download. There's a noise setting I think you can do. Wallet. I'm going to go back to settings here.
Sleep, alarm, world clock, stop timer, steps, compass, photo, activity, messaging, remote, short pace, settings.
And we're going to go into settings.
Notifications.
And there is, let's see.
Settings. Notifications.
There's notifications and settings.
General.
There's general. And in there, there's the about, like on your phone.
Software update.
There's a software update. And mind you,
Orientation.
an orientation like which wrist your watch is on.
Background app refresh.
And background app refresh.
Wake screen.
Wake screen.
Nightstand mode.
Nightstand mode.
Handoff.
Handoff, like if you do something on your phone, it can
General.
sometimes you can go on your watch and finish it or something.
Website data. Dictation.
There's dictation, so you can dictate stuff on your watch.
Screenshots. Profiles.
You can do screenshots.
85%. Regulatory. Usage.
It's got like regulatory usage
Reset.
and the reset, kind of like how you have on your phone.
Reset. Use reg pro stick web head wake backward about general back general. Software up about general back gen.
Now, I wanted to say something about the software update. Now, in order to update your iPhone, you have to have it right next to your... No, I mean, in order to update your Apple Watch, excuse me, I cannot talk today for some reason. You need to have your iWatch close to your phone. And let's see, is there anything else I want to show you on here?
Home settings, heart rate settings. Settings. Note. Do not disturb.
There's a do not disturb in settings.
Airplane mode.
There's airplane mode.
Wi-Fi.
There's your Wi-Fi, so you can know if you're connected or not. Bluetooth.
Display and brightness.
Display and brightness.
App view. Accessibility. Vision. Heading.
And in accessibility, there's vision, and it's voiceover, and it says voiceover is on.
Zoom.
And there's a zoom button to make the screen bigger.
Bold text.
Bold
Switch
text.
button. Off. On/off labels.
On
Switch
slash
button.
on/off labels is
Double tap to
on.
toggle. Grayscale. Switch button. Off.
Grayscale.
Reduce transparency.
Reduce
Switch button.
transparency.
Off. Improve contrast by
Include-
reducing transparency.
improve
Horizontal
contrast.
backgrounds to increase legibility. Reduce motion.
Reduce motion.
Limits animation of the user in chimes.
You can do chimes on this.
Motor. Heading.
And there's also there's motor if you have motor problems.
Side button click speed. Default. Touch accommodation.
There's
Wheelchair
touch
activity.
accommodation.
Heading.
There's wheelchair activity.
To enable health. Walkie-talkie. Heading. Tap to talk. When this is turned on. AirPods.
I have AirPods, so
Hearing. Heading.
and there's hearing for hearing impaired.
Mono audio.
Let's see.
Headphone noted. To protect your show audio transcription. Taptic times 33%. Other. Accessibility shortcut. Voice accessibility shortcut.
So I have the accessibility
VoiceOver.
shortcut as voiceover. So let's go to the top here.
To show audio. Tap 30. Other. Accessibility shortcut. Other.
Oh,
33%.
German cribbage,
Adjustable. Home. Settings. Back
Settings.
button. Vision. Back button.
All
Back
right, let's see what
settings.
else is in here.
Display and brightness.
Okay.
Bluetooth. Home.
So now that
Settings.
I've showed you the watch, there is an app.
PM, third locked. 2, 6. 2, 6.
On your phone called the Watch app. And in there, you can change your watch faces.
Hope's Apple Watch search. Tick my faces. Heading.
And there's a place called My Faces,
Edit faces. Button.
and there's like Edit Faces.
Modular. White. 5 complications. Today's date. Weather. Breathe. Activity. Heart rate. Watched face. Siri. 0.
see.
Numerals. Motto. Rose Fort. App Store. Emergency SOS. Button.
And I want to tell you something. There's an emergency SOS that you can, if you hold down the rectangular button on your watch, it'll call 911. I've accidentally done that a couple times trying to shut off my watch. So I just want to forewarn you guys about that. So I had to shut off my SOS so that when I shut my watch off, it wouldn't dial 911 if I held it too long. Just an FYI.
Privacy. Button. Activity. App Store. Button. Breathe. Button. Clock. Button. Hand washing. Button.
And there's a really cool thing on this newer Apple Watch, the SE. I think the older ones might have it too. Is hand washing. And what it does is you wash your hands and it counts down the 20 seconds for you. And it's kind of funny. It even tells you good job when you're done.
Vertical scroll bar.
Let's see.
Find App Store. Breathe. Hand washing. Contacts. Button.
Oh, and there's contacts on your Apple Watch too.
Hand washing. Health. Button. Heart. Nail. Button. Maps. Button. Noise. Button.
What was I
Phone,
going to show
button.
you? Oh, and you could call people on your Apple Watch too. But your phone has to be nearby to get good reception.
Photos. Sleep. Walkie-talkie. Wallet and Apple Weather. Workout. Nike installed on Apple Watch. Heading. Nike Plus Run Club. Button. Installed on Apple Insight Timer. Steps. Available Apple Store.
You can even download the Apple Store on your Apple app or on your Apple Watch.
Install. Calm.
There's a Calm app that you can download.
Install. Cartwheel. Install.
You can install Cartwheel, which is a Target app.
Heads. Install.
Headspace is another calming app.
iHeart.
You can download iHeartRadio.
Install. Mayo Clinic. Install. Trivia Crack.
You can install a game called Trivia Crack.
Install. Vertical scroll bar. 5 pages, 99%.
And that's just some of the apps.
One finger to adjust the value.
And that's just some of the apps you can download on your phone or your iWatch. So it's pretty much some of the apps that are on your phone are on your Apple Watch too. So you can check your mail and stuff like that. So some of the apps are like built into the iWatch too, Apple Watch. So, and there's others I'm sure you can download in the App Store, but I've not researched them, so I don't know. And you can get many colors of wristbands, and it's really cool. You can also have your iWatch vibrate when you get notifications, so it can vibrate lightly or an urgent vibrate that you would feel in your arm when you get notifications. I am sad, however, that the Apple Watch can't get the Alex voice yet. So instead of Alex, I'm very happy that the Siri voice, which sounds much, much better to me than the Samantha voice. The Samantha voice kind of sounds robotic. So, nothing against you, Samantha voice. But, so yeah, I use the Siri female voice. And, one thing I also want to let you guys know is when I had to, deal with the Siri voice not working, since the robotic voice kind of irritates me, I called Apple and they kind of guided me into switching the voice to like a sorry about that, like a Australian voice, or like a United Kingdom voice, things like that. And the Daniel voice of the Australian voice actually sounds really good on the Apple Watch. So if you don't want to do Siri or Samantha, the male version of Daniel for the Australian sounds really good on the Apple Watch. I've never tried the female version, but the male version sounds awesome. And it's not as robotic. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I was insightful and informful for you guys. I hope it helps. There's many more apps you could probably download on your Apple Watch, but I don't know of them right now offhand. I haven't researched it. So I hope that this video has informed you about the Apple Watch for visually impaired. I hope you all stay well and safe and have a great night. Bye.